how Rockstar Games milk their audience and how it's even worse than you could have ever imagined.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is probably the most anticipated game ever in gaming history. And you're probably wondering, what on earth am I talking about with the title of this video? If you don't know me, I've played over 3,000 hours of Grand Theft Auto Online, starting from the day it came out all the way up until now. If you're someone who hasn't played Grand Theft Auto Online in a while or hasn't played it much, then you are quickly going to learn that Rockstar Games is not the company that you once thought they were. In this video, I'll be
They're not evil anymore? Huh, that's interesting.
Showing you the tactics that Rockstar Games has slowly been integrating through their previous titles over the last few years, and show you the shady monetization tactics that they've been testing on their current players of their existing titles as a trial run to see how much money they can really make out of each individual player once Grand Theft Auto 6 releases.
That's smart.
So sit back, relax as I take you through the history of Grand Theft Auto Online and show you the insane monetization tactics that will only get worse once the next title releases. When Grand Theft Auto Online launched, it seemed...
It's kind of hard to believe that it can honestly get worse because Rockstar is already doing so unbelievably much to milk every last penny that you have. It's hard to imagine that it can be pushed even more. But if someone can do it, it's Rockstar.
Like a fun, innocent game to play with friends. Little did we know we would be playing that exact same game 10 years later in 2023 with no GTA 6 in sight. So we have to ask the question, how has GTA Online lived this long? Today, we're going to look at how Grand Theft Auto Online makes so much money, and we'll look at the development of seemingly innocent microtransactions way back in 2013, and how GTA Online's microtransactions have evolved from something very innocent to one of the most predatory systems in all of gaming. So let's start off by looking at where it all began. October 1st, 2013. At release, GTA Online was a very simple game. Prior to its release, we found out that heists wouldn't be coming into the game at launch, which meant at release, we had a very bare bones game with only a few ways to make money. The best being cash trucks that would drive around the map, contact missions, robbing stores, and racing. Now, even though we couldn't make that much money, it didn't matter too much because the most expensive property in the game was only $400,000 and the fastest car in the game was only $1 million. On top of that, microtransactions weren't that big of an issue because way back in 2013, the gaming landscape was a lot different and not many people actually paid for microtransactions yet. It should also be mentioned
how the times have changed, huh?
That at launch, there were only 4 shark cards to actually choose from. The red shark card, which would give you $100,000, the tiger shark card, which would give you $200,000, the bull shark card, which would give you $500,000, and the great white shark card, which would give you $1.25 million. But
I played online when this came out. I don't remember seeing a single thing called a shark card. How is that possible?
As new content began to come to the game, in December 2013, Rockstar introduced a new shark card, the whale shark card. And this is where things really began to turn for the worse.
They literally called it the whale shark card. Bruh, they're so good at their job, they're not even hiding it. They still know you're gonna buy it. Oh my lord. They might as well call it the sucker card at this point. They're milking you, the card.
Because for $50 US, players could buy $3.5 million of in-game currency, which basically instantly gave them access to buy all of the best things in the game. You could now own the best vehicle and the best property, all for $50 USD. Moving only a few months ahead to March 2014, Rockstar introduced yet another shark card called the Megalodon Shark Card, where you could buy $8 million of in-game currency, instantly making you one of the richest players in any lobby. Fast forward to November 2014, and we saw Rockstar's first attempt at what I call double dipping.
You know why they, by the way, introduced such an expensive card while there's nothing really to buy? It's because I can bet you people were just flexing. Oh, look at me. I have so much money in GTA Online. I bet that's the reason why they did it, because people wanted to flex. 100%.
This was when Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online came to, at that time, the next-gen consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And no, even if you owned that version of the game on PS3 or Xbox 360, you weren't able to get it for free on the next-gen consoles. You had to pay full price once more. At this time, this upset a lot of players, because while we did get some cool new features like first-person mode, a better frame rates, and better graphics, the long-awaited heists still weren't in the game yet over a year after release. So really, there was still no great ways to make money even a year after the game came out. Fast forward to March 10, 2015, and finally, the Grand Theft Auto Online Heists update came to GTA Online, giving us 5 new heists, giving players a pretty good way to make money. Following Rockstar giving us the best way to make money in all of GTA Online at the time, what do you think came out in the next few updates?
I'll answer that for
you. Vehicles wildly more expensive than any other vehicles in the game. Just a few short months after the...
I mean, that's the obvious progression here, right? There's demand. You fulfill the demand to get that whatever it is that you can buy for money by buying a shark card. Now, there's no demand for shark cards because everyone has it except the guys who want to flex money, and even they are gonna stop buying the shark cards because they have enough money to flex on people, right? So you need to create demand. Okay, so this is a very good first step.
The heist came out on June 10th, 2015, we got the Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 update. So what came in this update? Well, we got the most expensive supercar in the game that was $2 million. We got a gold helicopter that was $6 million, and a golden jet that is $10 million. So why did Rockstar do this? Why did they release vehicles that were so much more expensive than anything else in the game at that point? Well, there's 2 ways to look at it. The first is there were a lot of money glitches going on at this time, and a lot of players actually had hundreds of millions of dollars in their bank account. You can even see that this might have been the reason Rockstar did this in the name of the update. Ill-gotten gains. Money that was earned through illegitimate methods. But at the same time, anyone who drove around in the new supercar, the Osiris, or anyone flying around in the Swift Deluxe or the Luxor Deluxe Golden Aircrafts were then seen as some of the coolest players in all of GTA Online.
Told you.
That then meant that...
I told you, because the GTA fan base, honestly, you know, the creators are like old. They're like prehistoric at this point, like 25 and whatnot. I mean, that's dinosaur age. But the average player for GTA is like a kid. It's literally like a 15-year-old, 18-year-old tops.
That players who didn't do the money glitches were then left with 2 options. Grind out these heists over and over and over again, keeping in mind that on hard mode, the highest paying heist at the time paid $1.25 million.
And that's a split
between 4 people. That means even if you took half of that pay and you earned $625,000,
which people hated.
For most even good players, this heist would take around 2 hours at that time.
Wow.
Some players, it would take a lot more than that. Assuming the player was somewhat proficient and earned $625,000 every 2 hours, that would still take them 16 Pacific Standard heists or 32 hours at best to buy this vehicle. So that's one way to look at it, because of the illegitimate money glitches. But the other way to look at it is this is a pretty easy way to increase shark card sales.
Obviously.
Make the coolest new vehicles in the game wildly expensive, so that players either need to commit to a 30+ hour grind to buy one, or the other option is whip out a credit card and buy a shark card to significantly reduce the time. Just 1 month later, in the Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2 update, Rockstar yet again introduced another more expensive supercar, the T20,
of course.
$2.2 million. Fast forward to...
By the way, I can bet that half of these cars are not even better, more good looking or anything. It's just to up the ante always. So at this point, pretty early on in the life cycle, it seems like, Rockstar already is very, very good at managing demand for, you know, what there is. Because they obviously probably can monitor how much cash players actually have on their characters. You know? So they probably know exactly when to introduce something new and fancy.
to December, where we got one of the most outrageously priced DLCs, even more expensive than a lot of the DLCs we get today, executives and other criminals. This update introduced a handful of land vehicles as well as helicopters combined.
I know what this is. Yeah, this was my prediction, okay? Because at some point, you know, they added like a 10 million flying whatever. They need to up the ante at some point. They need to test the waters how many people are actually mega whales, right? So they need to, this is probably where he's gonna say, and they introduced something that cost 100 mil. Something that literally most people are very, very far away from, just to see and test the waters how many people are just gonna instantaneously sink their credit cards into buying those shark cards.
Totaling well over $15 million in price. But the most
That's not a lot.
outrageous of all of these is still one of the most expensive vehicles in the game today, the super yachts. The Aquarius super yacht is the most expensive yacht that starts at $8 million, fully upgraded with cosmetics.
I can't believe Rockstar hired me. Why have you not done this? You should have tested the waters. There's no way they have enough information just from a 10 million item. There is no way that they calculated that no one's gonna just, you know, bail it up and buy shark cards to get like 100 mil. What are you doing, Rockstar? I am so disappointed in you. This is like amateur hour right here. How would you not do this? Because the moment the first person buys that whatever super expensive 100 million luxury thing that is, everyone's gonna want it, you know? Because this is how it goes. Something gets launched, and people are like a little bit hesitant, you know, it's a big investment, blah, blah, blah. But then someone buys it, and you know what happens? Here people were normally, and they were kind of, should I buy it, should I buy it? And after that one person buys it, it just goes, woof. Everyone wants it because everyone now knows it's good.
This will total 10 million. Again, keep in mind that even if you were insanely efficient at this stage in Grand Theft Auto Online with the activities available, at best you are probably making $300,000 an hour. And again, I want to stress that that is at best. Most players...
I don't know. Well, maybe considering it's actually only 300k, maybe that just makes it so Rockstar doesn't, because I find it strange that they haven't introduced like a mega ticket item, but they're not idiots. They understand that they should. So are you telling me people are actually so against grinding money in this game? And they are actually that against buying shark cards? Because this doesn't click for me. From a business standpoint, this just... Here's a void that needs an explanation.
Probably weren't even making 100,000. So, unless you were doing money glitches, this item was almost unobtainable unless you wanted to buy a shark card. Now, thankfully, even today, the Luxor Deluxe Jet as well as the Super Yachts are the two most expensive vehicles in the entire game. However, even though there aren't as many extremely expensive vehicles in the game today, we saw this exact same price creep continue with all of the other vehicles in the game. Every update would bring a sports car slightly more expensive than the last, a supercar slightly more expensive than the last, and a property slightly more expensive than the last.
Makes sense.
So, just like real life, inflation was also existing in Grand Theft Auto Online. So let's fast forward all the way to 2022. Grand Theft Auto Online releases on next-gen consoles. Once again, Rockstar's...
Isn't there some kind of, by the way, orbital laser that literally requires like 1 mil per shot or something like that? Like... I think we're missing a lot.
Considering that the PC version also came out in 2015, and shortly after its release came one of the most egregious monetization tactics I have ever seen in gaming.
Let's
in
go.
March 2022, we were introduced to Grand Theft Auto Online's subscription service. Yes, you heard that right. Subscription
Have I heard
service.
about that?
Now, for $5.99 a month, you would get access to GTA Plus. This subscription
I think I did. It literally gave you money.
access to exclusive benefits in-game. Things like free money every
Yep.
single month, a free
Yep.
vehicle each month, as well as
Ooh.
GTA Plus exclusive clothing items like the golden AirPods. But that might not even be the worst part.
That sounds like people aren't actually buying shot cards that much. I'm confused. I thought shot cards are literally flying off the shelves. Huh. But these changes, these moves make it seem like shot cards aren't really flying off the shelves. This is strange. I heard that shot cards are like, everyone buys them, you know? Your average kiddo buys like 50. Okay, that's an over-exaggeration. But something doesn't add up here.
GTA Plus subscriber, you now have the honor of being awarded 15% more money when you buy a shark card. So now you can pay $5.99.
Dude, that's smart.
to get
That's
more money
smart.
when you spend more money on shark cards.
That's smart.
So
I
let's
like that.
reiterate. Now in 2023, Grand Theft Auto Online is not a free game. You need to pay $20 just to have access to the game. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I don't know if I've ever seen a game that is not free to play that has its own subscription service. The announcement of GTA Plus
World of Warcraft.
completely outraged the entire community, because at this point, we were 9 years into the game's life cycle.
Yeah, this must cost more than 10 mil, right? There's no way this doesn't. This shoots rockets.
With no announcement of a
It's a
sequel,
bike.
an entire community or
It flies. There's no way this isn't like a 100 mil item, right? Because I don't play, so someone please leave in the comments. Because what he's explaining, there's such a huge gap. And Rockstar is literally the game where, this is by the way not a meme, if you're wondering, that, you know, Rockstar is one of the first early adopters of actually using psychologists to figure out how to make people buy more and how to make people buy more often. So, yeah, I think this guy is missing a lot here, because I don't believe it, that there's no 100 million item.
already pretty frustrated with Rockstar Games for having to buy this game for a third time on a third set of consoles, and now being asked to pay a monthly fee just to get bonuses in the game? Yeah, this is
Nice.
most certainly not the Rockstar Games that we all came to love throughout our childhood. But it couldn't get any worse than that, right?
Oh,
Even
it
just
always
talking about
can.
the treatment of Red Dead Online now, I'm sure will stir a lot of fans up. Red Dead Online launched on November 27, 2018, and Rockstar Games promised ongoing support for the game, which a lot of fans assumed would be for nearly a decade. However, with the Blood Money update for Red Dead Online in July 2021,
I heard
for the
it's
next
pretty bad.
entire year, the game didn't receive any substantial updates.
Yeah, I have heard about this, and well, the word on the block is because no one really buys Red Dead Redemption stuff in the shop.
At all, which when compared with Grand Theft Auto Online, which still got 2 updates a year, was very, very concerning. This put the entire Red Dead community in uproar. Online petitions, millions of tweets,
Oh,
YouTube
wow.
videos, and articles being written daily. What was going on with
I
Red Dead
saw one
Online,
video.
and why did Rockstar seemingly abandon it? Well, deep down, everyone knew all along what the reason was. Red Dead Online is just nowhere near as profitable as Grand Theft Auto
Yeah,
Online.
that's what I
We went
heard.
almost a full year without any communication.
And that's, by the way, the only reason why they wouldn't update the game. Like, you update stuff that makes you money. You don't update stuff that doesn't make you money. You move on. Or you try to salvage it, which Rockstar could do. I mean, is the Red Dead Redemption fanbase, like, completely different than the GTA one? I don't know. You see, the problem is I don't play this game, so I don't know. But I imagine it is because old-timey Western stuff doesn't scream exactly 12-year-old.
About Red Dead Online receiving future updates from Rockstar Games. However, that silence ended on July 2022, where they only gave us a few paragraphs at the end of a Grand Theft Auto article to update the community.
Self-defense,
Here's what
by the way.
Rockstar said. Over the past few years, we've been steadily moving more development resources towards the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. understanding more than ever the need to exceed players' expectations, and for this next entry to be the best it can possibly be.
And
As
it's
a
gonna
result,
be
we are
that.
in the process of making some changes to how we support Red Dead Online. Now, I'm not going to read these next few paragraphs to you, because the words they use are very misleading. While Rockstar makes it seem as though Red Dead Online will continue to receive decent updates, really what this meant was they would be giving you a few small missions here and there that realistically any RP server can recreate in just a day, and after that, support will be completely abandoned. So there we have it. Red Dead Online completely abandoned less than 4 years after it came out. Why? Well, because it wasn't making as much money as they hoped. So let's have a look at how Rockstar followed up in 2023 back with GTA Online. Let's have a look at April 2023, when Rockstar Games implemented a new strategy into GTA Online we had never seen before: changing prices of existing items. Now, of course, Rockstar worded this in a way that seemed
well, people are going to be pretty mad about that.
Very positive, by saying that they would be rebalancing the prices of existing vehicles. However, what this really meant was they would drop the price of the vehicles that no one uses because, well, they're bad,
obviously.
and increase the price of almost all of the good armored vehicles in the game.
Obviously.
That's right. Instead of balancing certain vehicles to make them worth the price that they're currently worth, Rockstar chose to keep the vehicles how they are and just make you pay more money for the good ones. However, the trend of altering existing items in the game had only just begun. Let's have a look at June 2023. Oh boy. The San Andreas Mercenary update comes to GTA
that sounds
Online
cool.
on June 13th, 2023.
Are those No, those aren't rockets. That's still... Dude! Bruh! That's an anti-air turret right there! That looks like a good update.
This has now pretty comfortably cemented itself as the worst update in Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, how does this not cost 100 mil?
Online history. Why is that? Well, this is the first update in GTA Online that actually removed a significant amount of content. In fact, it removed 188 vehicles from the online stores in-game, meaning that now...
I know why they did that. So, you know why in the restaurants you have only a couple of items? Most successful restaurants don't have a menu that's literally like a book pick, right? They have like 10 main items, 10 dessert, 5 dessert items or something like that, and a couple of drinks and whatnot. It's not just because it makes your food's quality better, it's also because people don't actually like choice. This is a very commonly known, maybe some of you even already know this, but this is a well-documented and very known and prolific in society psychological fact. People don't actually like choices. People like to be steered as sheep on what they need to be clicking on what they need to be doing, okay? The most radical example of this is when America ended slavery, it was a minute amount of people, but there were people who literally wanted to keep on being slaves because their lives weren't that bad, they weren't mistreated, and they had purpose. And the moment it ended, a lot of people suddenly didn't have purpose. You see? That's how absolutely insanely huge this effect is. So I can bet you that they removed a bunch of stuff that was literally just cluttering people's decision making and minds. Because there is no reason to have stuff in the shop that not a lot of people buy. You know, no one wants to buy multiple cheap cars. Everyone wants to get the first car that's kind of good and then move to the high ticket big items. That is the dream. But that dream kind of becomes a little bit worse when you see 100 shitty cars. You want those good cars. You want the dream to be always visible.
Oh, you don't have access to buy about a quarter of the vehicles in the game. The interesting thing about all of this is Rockstar's justification was to streamline the browsing experience of the website.
That's actually accurate,
what they said they were doing. So by Rockstar's...
That is, by the way, literally exactly what I just said. That... They didn't even hide it because most people don't understand what streamlining the shop browse is. That's what streamlining that is. Remove the clutter so people want to buy, now.
As definition,
And, by the way, he's probably not going to mention it, and I don't know this, but I want someone to comment down below so I know if this is true. If you click on something in the shop that you do not have enough money for, does it automatically give you the option to go to the shop and buy a shot card? If you click on something you don't have enough money, does it automatically redirect or give you the opportunity to go browse shot cards? I am 95% sure that should probably be the case. And if it's not, Rockstar hired me. I mean, we can do great things. We can do so many great things. I'm a business analyst who loves psychology and human manipulation. I mean, we're a match made in heaven here, okay? My morals, literally non-existent, by the way. Just putting it out there. I'm perfect for the job.
best way to streamline the browsing experience isn't to add better filters to help you find the vehicles you want.
That's even more
Isn't to add
confusing,
a
obviously,
search bar
no.
to just search the vehicle you want. It's just to remove about a quarter of the vehicles from the game. Rockstar also said that they were removing only lesser used vehicles, but that's simply not true.
Obviously.
They removed some of the fastest vehicles in certain classes for racing. They removed iconic Grand Theft Auto Online vehicles like the
interesting.
Infernus, the Vaca, the Fagio.
I know what this is. Those cars were too cheap for how good they were, and the probable second best option was like 5 times more expensive and statistically was owned by 5 times less people. 100%. 100% I'm on the money right there.
Even removed 2 of the vehicles that are on the cover art for the game. So what does this have to do with microtransactions? Well, along in this update came a new exclusive perk to Grand Theft Auto Plus members.
Perk?
The
Oh.
Vinewood Club. A new exclusive
Ooh, that
club
sounds
for what
cool.
Rockstar defines as only available for the upper crust of society. That's
Nice.
right. If you have GTA Plus, you are an upper crust member of society. If you
You plebs better not even speak to me.
don't, I guess you're just a brokey. Now, the Vinewood Club
True.
is going to have several features. We only know the first of them at this point. What is the first? It's the Vinewood Car Club. So, what is the Vinewood Car Club? Well, it's a new car club, obviously. And this club will give GTA Plus members a 20% discount on certain vehicles. These vehicles will be displayed in the Vinewood Car Club each month.
By the way, that discount is gonna be like good for 50% of the stuff that they actually add, because they want to sell this membership, which means this membership is actually gonna be value. This membership is probably gonna be a 20% discount on like at least one of the top 3 cars that everyone wants to buy, if not even 2 of the top 3 cars that you not maybe even all, because you know extra bonuses from shot cards, pretty good. Not gonna lie, Rockstar. Again, we still need each other. Like you need me, and I need your money. I'm not gonna lie.
And they'll rotate on a monthly basis. So again, what does this have to do with the deleted vehicles? Well, 2 of those deleted vehicles that you can no longer buy already in the first month are available to buy in the Vinewood Car Club. So let me
But they're probably like 10 times more expensive. At least that should be if they weren't already the most expensive thing.
clarify that in case you weren't following. Rockstar
By the way, this is this is classic. Remove something from the game and then sell it back to people. I love it. It's so good. It's
removed
hilarious.
content from the game, and now if you want to buy those vehicles, the only way to do it is pay Rockstar $5.99 a month to gain the privilege to be able to buy these
Beautiful.
vehicles now.
Beautiful.
So now, not only is GTA Online pay to play, because the game isn't free, it's also pay to win, because you can buy whatever you want with shark cards and in-game currency, but it is now also a subscribe to win game as well. You can now gain access to vehicles that other players don't have through the GTA Plus subscription service. And like I mentioned, this is only the first offering of the Vinewood Club. The Vinewood Car Club is only step 1. There will be a lot of other features coming to what Rockstar calls the upper crust of society. And I
The
have some
best
bad
part
news.
of society.
This is only step 1 of what Rockstar is testing for Grand Theft Auto 6. Us
Nice.
GTA Online players are merely the guinea pigs as Rockstar's testing what they can get away with, and undoubtedly Grand Theft Auto Plus will be there when Grand Theft Auto 6 rolls around, if that day ever comes. Thank you for watching. Keep your money in your pockets, and I will...
In any case, very interesting video, actually. Very, very interesting. Wow. Rockstar actually... Yo, I would have done, by the way, these things that Rockstar did in just the past year, like 5 years ago, okay? You have had enough time. You have had enough time to get in people who literally can't live without GTA Online. It's time to move, okay? Hit the middle while it's hot, okay? That's what you needed to do, Rockstar. Again, very hireable, very evil, literally perfect fit in your company. Hey, I will probably try to dethrone your CEO, honestly, if given the opportunity. We need each other. We see eye to eye. Well, as someone who doesn't play GTA Online anymore, this was hilarious. But yeah, good luck, boys. If you play this game, you're gonna need it. Because the moment something is introduced like this, it only gets escalated as time progresses, you know? It only gets escalated. And by the way, considering GTA 6 is on the move here, it's gonna escalate rapidly. Because they need to milk all they have left from GTA 5. Which means, whoop, is gonna happen very, very soon. The sooner GTA 6 is coming to town, the more stuff like this is gonna happen. In any case, this was Squizzer Citizen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And have a nice day. Bye-bye.